Hey there, I'm Mark.
I'm Evan.
And on this week's episode, what do we talk about?
We talk about my prayer for Mark.
Oh, yeah, he shares his prayer.
Mark dressing up with a cat on him.
We do, and it's a special recording here at Phanta's offices because...
And does Mark look good in this shirt or not?
Sure, that's what we talk about.
We do.
So this picture was OAC.
OAC.
So OAC high school graduation. Jacqueline, my wife, and I think...
Jacqueline, my wife, and I.
So Jacqueline, comma, my wife,
Oh, got it.
comma, and I think I'm 4 pounds lighter here.
Wow,
than I am right
dude.
now. I think I'm only 4 pounds away
Wow.
from high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
It might be 4 pounds of hair, too. There's a hair difference. You might actually be the same weight.
I used to have hair. If you look back at photos, I had hair right up until...
You started Phanta.
No. I started Phanta at 22 or 23. But I had hair until about 4 years ago. It literally just started really, really disappearing quickly. But here's the thing. You got no hair, buddy. So
Right. That's why we're the hat. Phanta Media hat. Let's go.
What are you talking about here?
Listen, I'm trying to give you props. I'm saying.
Oh, thank you.
You were
Great
4
hair.
pounds. No, you were 4 pounds lighter or heavier in
Yeah.
high school, right?
No. I think I'm 4 pounds heavier right now.
Sorry, you're 4 pounds heavier now.
Yeah.
But okay, no,
It doesn't work.
No,
it doesn't work at all.
I messed up.
No, but
it's
here's
early morning.
But here's
I
the
was
thing.
trying to give you props and realize that I just suck on that.
That's fine.
Okay.
Did it bother you to start losing your hair?
Did it bother me to start losing my hair? You know what? Not really. What was the only thing that I was thinking about is I might care when I was worried that I might care when I was older.
Okay.
And like, should I do something about it?
Like, what do you mean? Like, start like going for surgeries and stuff? Like, you thought about that, or taking those medications and stuff?
If there's anything that's preventative or a solution, by the time you're 60, like, it's too late.
Right. It's done.
So I don't right now I don't care. My only fear was will I care if I'm 60 and then like I didn't do I live out of fear of regret in the future, right? So like if I'm 60 and I didn't do something but I could have, would I regret it? My answer still is like no, but on a daily, no, I don't. It doesn't bother me.
Your dad's got hair though, right?
Yeah, but it comes from your mother's side.
Yeah, I know. It's
my
linked to your grandmother.
I thought it was your grandfather. I think it's
your
your mom's father.
Your mom's father?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
See, my grandmother and my grandfather both had thin hair.
Oh, okay.
My dad has thin hair.
Okay.
My mom has really fine hair.
Okay. Great, here you go. It's coming.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
You were worried about it?
Not like insanely, but yeah.
That's the one thing I notice if I look back at photos from you from like maybe, well, obviously if we go back to 2008, 2009, you had hair and it was dark Italian, stallion style hair.
Oh no, I never had like crazy hair. Never.
You had dark hair, and then if you go back to maybe like 5 years ago, it was different, and then at some point you just went all in on the shaving your head thing.
So once I started buzz cutting my hair, then it just saved time for going to a barber. Done. And it started on the tour because I needed I didn't bring my blade or razor or whatever like that. The not the blade, it's the
the clippers.
Clippers. I didn't bring it with me. So we went to Costco and we bought it, but it was a different one. It was a new one that I hadn't seen before. So whatever, bought it, put on the thing, and then I did the first swipe.
And it was way too short?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is short. It's like, well, we started, so might as well just keep going. So I just did the whole thing. I think it was in Cincinnati or Columbus somewhere. It's like at the beginning of the tour.
So at some point you went from buzz cut to like literally
nothing. Yeah. Just like.
But it helped that you lost some weight. So I've done some. I don't know why this has become the bald hair episode, but I've done some research on it because I am not concerned about it. Everyone in my life makes fun of me for it. Like it bothers everyone else more than it bothers me.
Okay.
And so I've learned that if you're thinner, if you have a bit of a tan, then going bald is not a big deal.
I think it's just what you think about it.
Sure.
Anything is not a big deal if you don't make it a big deal.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. My father-in-law likes to make fun of me for it because he's in his 60s and he's like like thick hair. I mean, it's all white, but I'm like, okay, whatever.
Nobody makes fun of me for it.
No?
I'll make fun of myself for it. Maybe that's why. Like if I'm speaking and there's
I like you'll do it like that Rock joke as well, right?
Yeah,
when you talk about like the Rock going to the gym and working out, and so
that's
why the Rock looks the way the Rock looks, and you look the way that you look.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love that joke.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but I don't know. Nobody in my family or friend circle really makes fun of me. I don't for anything.
Was there something? Is there something? Is there something that before you became Superman, where everything bounced off you? What was something that you were worried or nervous or self-conscious about physically?
Physically?
Yeah, let's go there.
Worried or nervous or self-conscious physically. I used to be underweight. No, but you laugh. As somebody who was overweight, down.
As the vast majority of us who are overweight,
yeah,
it's
but
like, I was
a thing. Like it's when I graduated high school. Listen, for everybody who's underweight and can't gain weight, when you're young, you want to be old. When you're old, you want to be young.
Sure,
it's a problem. So I was on the borderline. I was like 160 in high school.
Okay.
And I'm 6'2", 6'1".
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's pretty skinny.
Yeah.
Not unhealthy skinny, but just pretty skinny. And I kept looking at like the cereal boxes. We have cereal boxes and it would show like healthy BMI and everything. And I was and I was just on the bottom. Like 160 was for my height.
Yeah.
And male was like just in the healthy zone.
I'm like 20, like BMI. I don't know if that's a real thing that people do anymore or not. But based on my height, I'm like still 20 pounds overweight on BMI. Like you're supposed to be so thin.
Well, I was at the bottom. Like, I mean, I was just at the bottom. It's a curve. There's an upper and lower range. I was just hitting the lower range. Like 160 was just the low range for my height. And then it bothered me. I was not like crazy, but I started working out. I couldn't gain weight. I went to the gym X times a week at university. Still couldn't gain any weight, and I was eating like crazy.
Right, you just high metabolism.
Yeah, I just processed it all. Right. I wasn't underweight because I wasn't eating. Like I was eating everything. I was eating the whole fridge. And then I just stopped caring, and then I gained weight. My metabolism slowed down. So that was university. Now I still want to be in better shape. Even with having Hayden here, I haven't been on my usual anything. So I need to get back down. But am I super worried? I don't know. As soon as I think about it and it becomes important, it's like
you attack it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like but before you were Superman.
Right.
Before you were Superman.
Right. So that was probably it. Being underweight, couldn't put on muscle. Working out didn't really make a difference. I think when people start a workout routine, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to be some bulky dude. I don't want to be." Like,
that worried you?
Nah. Well, at the beginning of a workout, like when I was first getting into working out, I was like, "Oh, I don't want to be some big muscle head." Realize how much work it takes.
You be in the gym like
close to 4 times a week. You're not even close. Like you're not even close.
Every day, 3 hours a day of nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too toned. Yeah, that's my worry. I don't want to get too toned.
Listen, it's a thing, especially for a lot of women. They don't want to appear super buff, and so they won't start a workout routine. It's like you're not even close. You're not even close to
you don't say that to their face, do you?
It depends on who. Listen, you just released a video yesterday about not hedging and telling the truth. And,
yeah. For
so
sure.
If it's somebody that I have a relationship with, then There was a guy yesterday who DM'd me who has come to one of my workshops in Toronto, and he says, "Hey Evan, how do I stop caring what people think about me? I mean, I already kind of do, but I'm still there's still levels that I haven't broken through yet." I said, "Okay, great. That's a good intention. Just like how we talked about offline. That's a great intention. Now, what's the specific thing you're going to do?" So he said, "Well, here's this thing that I've been worried about that I've never talked about, and it's super personal, right?" I said, great, that's what you need to share. And then his next video message is, well, how do I share it, and what's the format, and do I do a Q&A, or do I do a video, or just do an Instagram live? Like, dude, you're overthinking it. Post. You're just afraid. And LOL, like cry face, whatever. So today I check in and see how he did, and he's like, hey, Evan, I posted a story. It's not what we talked about, but this is authentic to me. And it's some super soft, not the topic we talked about. Super hedge. Not even the topic we talked about. Something else.
Okay.
Not even close, right? Like how he does this one thing in the morning. It's not even close. Like, dude, that's this is life in the slow. Let me listen. I'll load up my phone.
Yeah.
So he wrote, I did my own interpretation of it. That's authentic to me. Mm-hmm. And he said, I got good feedback on it. Whatever. This is weak sauce hedge, bro. Not even close. That's not why you wrote to me. What you posted is life in the slow lane.
Wow. Evan is so...
That's what it is.
I know, it's so crushing that, right?
That's what it is. That's not
so
crushing. No, it's liberating. It's liberating. Because he's posting this weak-ass thing.
No. You come from love.
Yeah.
So I said this to you earlier this week. You sent my team an email on Monday where you just destroyed us.
Okay.
Right. It was the best. Yeah. It was the best.
Okay.
So I'm finishing up this meeting. So we send your team something that my guys spent a lot of time putting together, and I can't believe how much effort you put in to just ripping it to shreds. So the first time I read it, I'm just like, wow. I'm like reading this, and I'm like, Evan is so bitchy. Oh my goodness. And then I stopped and I went, hold on, let me read this again. And let me read it again as if you're sitting in front of me and you're excited and you're happy for me and you can't wait for us to fix this stuff. And then I reread it and I was just like, it was just totally different. It was like love and excitement, and I could see the words and I could see what you were doing, and I got like, when you send those texts, the reason it's so crushing is because anyone who's texting Evan needs to think about excited Evan. Happy Evan, the one that's like, come on, we can do this. Not, that's weak sauce. What the hell are you thinking? Why would you do that? You suck. Which is how things come across in text.
No, that's fine. He gets it.
Do you know what I'm saying though? There is like.
Yes, but
there's the Evan who comes into my office.
Yeah.
Who says, it's so hot in here? Why is it so hot in here? What's going on?
He's
just complaining.
Guy, it's a sauna. It's like I walked into Jamaica. That's what happened here.
Right. And then they're like, what's going on? This is stupid. Why is it so hot in here? That's the voice that you can read that criticism in.
Okay.
Or you can read it yes, let's go. I'm so happy for you. I can't wait. This is the best.
Here's the point that you're missing. I'm channeling the person while I'm writing the thing. So the words have been crafted for that person in their mindset. It's exactly what he needs. He's not
read that text again. Read the text again, word for word.
No, but this is it. So
word for word.
Same thing that happened in Dallas with your friend, your guy Louis.
Just read it again.
I'm going to read it again.
It's
exactly what he needs, but it'll come across as harsh.
Yes.
To anybody else.
Yes.
But it's exactly what he needs. He's not coming away thinking Evan hates me. I suck.
I'm not saying that's what you just read it again. Read it again.
But it's not coming across. It comes.
Read it again.
Read as mean.
Read it again.
Okay, so.
No, just what you wrote. Just what you responded.
No, I'll give the thing. I did my own interpretation of it. That's authentic to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he writes.
Mm-hmm.
I did my own interpretation of it. That's authentic to me. I got good feedback on it. This is weak. This is a weak sauce hedge, bro. Not even close. That's why you wrote to me. What you posted is life in the slow lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he hasn't seen it yet. But he's on the West Coast, so.
Knowing that I just did this thing, I just did this step, and you saying, that's weak sauce. This is life in the slow lane.
No, because he knows it. He knows it.
Right. So he's going to read it. It's going to hurt. It's going to sting. It's going to be crushing. And then he's going to realize when he moves past the defensive,ness, when he moves past how much that sucks, that it hurts, oh, this person really cares, if he can get there.
No, but that's the thing. He'll get there.
Okay.
Quickly.
Good.
That's why I sent it, because I knew he's ready to get there.
That's not a benchmark. That's an embarrassment.
Yeah. Can we talk about that?
Go.
So Mark's doing a campaign for one of my companies, and they just started on it, and we got we have a benchmark that I set on me doing ads, and I don't know what I'm
Let's be specific. So we wanted to come in at $40 cost of acquisition for a lead generation campaign. That was our target. And then we set
37, whatever.
32 was the new goal. So
Okay.
when we first did strategy, we said we want to aim for $40 cost per acquisition. And then we started and we said we think we can get 32 or lower.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you take the total amount of what we spent and you divide it by the total number of leads, I think our first month was $152 or something.
Right. So instead of it being 32,
It was 152.
152.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, way off.
Way off. And I'm making my revenue.
It's $119 per
It's
sale.
119, right? So
Yes.
I'm making 119 and I'm spending 152 to get it.
Yeah. So let's agree. Let's
whatever.
agree. It's not working in month one.
Yeah. I don't care
just
about
starting.
that. But that's fine. I'm okay with as long as it's. I'm expecting mistakes all over the place at the beginning of anything.
Yeah.
I expect mistakes.
Let's go.
But in the report, what came back was
This is the part where he ripped apart, which is the best. It's
month one
benchmark
$152 something
cost of acquisition.
benchmark.
Yeah.
And we're like, guys, because I know what's going to happen. Next month, I'm going to come back with another report. It's going to say 122, where I'm still losing money, but we beat the benchmark from last month.
We wouldn't
look
do
at
that.
this
We wouldn't do
progress.
that. I wouldn't do that.
It's already happened. Like, it has already happened. So don't say we wouldn't do it because it's already happened. So like, no. And part is not just for me; it's for him. Like, I want his company to be better. My frustration is for his business. And so when they write that benchmark, I respond $152. What did I say?
You said $152 is not a benchmark; it's an embarrassment.
Right. Which it is. Hey, listen, if you say you're going to come in at 32 and you come in at 150 something where your
We
client
were
is
targeting
money,
40. We believe we can get to 130, or we believe we can get to 32.
It's an embarrassment. Yeah.
Anyway, so
don't
that's
call
the
it
kind of
benchmark.
thing where when you get Evan feedback, you can read it one way and it could be crushing, or you can read it within the like, guys, this is not a benchmark. This is an embarrassment. I love it so much. I love how uncomfortably honest it is. I wasn't here a year ago, but I love mistakes and embarrassments like that where you have no room to hide. You have no room to say like, well, what about like none of that stuff. No. It's black and white. It's on paper. It needs to be fixed. I love it so much. I love it so much.
I knew
and appreciate it so much.
In that email, I knew that you would be not hurt of like, oh my God, I haven't hurt my feelings, but like, oh, this is brutal. But then you would.
But I already knew it was going to happen, which is why when I sent it to you, I wrote this paragraph saying, "This is getting completely reworked." Did you read my email?
No.
So you didn't even read the part where I said
You sent me a 14-page
No.
PDF. What do you want me to do? How much reading do you want me to do, Mark?
the email,
It's ridiculous.
In the
It's too
email,
much.
I said this is not what the reporting is going to be going forward. Louis and I are sitting down and reworking it completely.
Too much. Dude. When Mark Drager sends something, I expect it to be amazing. There's
Extraordinary.
genius mind here.
Extraordinary. This is
But
the problem.
listen,
Sometimes
I followed
it's not
up.
extraordinary.
I wrote to you afterwards and said,
Yep.
"How did your team handle the email?" Because I knew you could handle it.
Yeah.
But I knew that the other people who were CC'd on it may not be able to handle it. Mm-hmm. And I was just curious as to.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I wrote to you because I knew when you're sending the messages, it has to be in the right moment, the right context for that person. So it's a hard push that to somebody from the outside looking at says, wow, this is awkward and uncomfortable. But for them, it's exactly what they need.
And this is something that you do. This is something you do really, really, really well. Mm-hmm. Like I remember we have a mutual. We both know someone on Instagram out of California who was doing some content and writing some stuff and interviewed you and interviewed me and reached out to us and stuff. And at a certain point, I just felt like they were being fake. And they had so much potential, and they weren't, and they were coming for advice.
I don't know who we're talking about right now.
That's fine. I can't.
No, I
say
know.
it without
But
saying
I'm
it.
trying to
But
think, who from California
don't worry.
is being fake? Who interviewed me?
And I'm just like, we could do so much better. Mm-hmm. And so I was like pushing because they had asked for some advice, and then at a certain point, I emailed you and I was like, I think I want to respond this way. And you were like, the door's not open. They haven't opened the door. They haven't asked for the feedback. You can't come in, even though you want to help and even though you want to give that stuff, you just can't come in and be like, here's a bomb. It's too much. It's too crushing.
I remember that email. I don't remember who though.
And so it's one of those things where, I don't think I'm good at this yet, but you seem abnormally good at this. You are very, very good. Louis was saying it to me yesterday. He's just like, I was talking about how I got to get better at Q&A and being able to respond. I'd say I think maybe 20 or 30% of the time I can respond to a question really, really well. The other 70 or 80% of the time I can't think of it or I ramble on or whatever it is. But Louis was like, Evan in Dallas at the meetup was so on point with every single person and every single question and every single situation, getting right to the heart of what they were asking, and then figuring out how to push for them, meet them where they were at, and call them on it. So this whole thing about knowing what to say because it's right for them and everything, I don't know if you can teach that to us, or because I think it's just something you were naturally gifted at. I think it's something you were very, very good at.
But I've gotten better at it. I've gotten way better at it.
Sure, but it's already a gift that you've been given.
I see it as, you know how women when if they work together, their periods start to sink.
Oh, this is not true.
Did we talk about this?
This is not true.
Did we talk about this already?
This is not true. This is not a.
Wait, hold on. Did we talk about this?
No, we haven't. But
Okay,
first
but
of all,
let's go with it. Who cares, Mark?
let's not be two
Oh,
guys.
Jesus, I don't
no. Let's
Mark.
not be two guys on a podcast.
Listen, let's just say it's true.
It's not true.
Whatever. Listen,
not true.
Katie and Nina both said it's true.
It's an urban legend. There was a study once that was produced with very limited facts, with very small pool.
Listen,
it's
let's just for this example,
true.
Let's go with it.
Okay,
Mark,
great. Let's go with it.
I've played along with all your podcast questions.
Great. I wanted to be known for all of our female listeners that I'm uncomfortable with two dudes talking about.
We'll do things that make you uncomfortable. Mark.
Great.
Jesus.
Let's go.
That's how I feel like. That's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next time you share the story, let's pick a better jumping off point.
No, I would love a better analogy.
Yes. Hug breathing.
No, that's garbage. No, because I feel like that's what I do. That's the whole game. Like right now, our periods are saying. That's what I will morph into that person. And become them. That's how it is, dude. That's 100%. That's the best way I can explain it. Did I tell you about the whole Lily thing with the swearing? Did we talk about this already?
I know we've talked about the fact that Lily never swore, and then she started swearing all the time like crazy.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, maybe not on the podcast, but you've told me the story. And then you started swearing.
Yeah. And then, so we were having a conversation.
So just for some background, Coach Lily is someone that used to work at TDS and left so that way under Evan she could go and become a coach and a speaker and a life coach and everything, right?
And so she went from being super vanilla to then saying, I feel like I'm being restricted and I want to, swear. Okay, great. So swear. So then she started swearing and she was making videos for my channel. So we had to mute every third word. And she went overboard for whatever. It's fine. Like
it's like Louis.
Swing.
Anyone who follows Louis on social media, that man could swear.
But she swung too far.
Okay.
And so when we were talking, we were doing a messenger chat back and forth and talking about something else, and she started swearing, so I started swearing back. And she's like, I've never heard you swear. Like, I didn't. I'm not. I'm not swearing, because I'm you. That's it. I'm just you. I'm just holding up a mirror of what you need to see. That's it. This is exactly what he needs to see.
Here's a better example of this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Yes.
Here's a great example of this. In November or December, I was really struggling to make a decision in the company.
I thought you were going to give me a good example of what I can use instead of the women's period thing. I thought you were going to give me
no. This is a great example. In December, I was struggling to make a really, really hard decision. Okay. And out of the blue, you text me a 2-minute prayer.
Right.
Where you literally record yourself. It's super hard to find.
I have it.
You have it?
Yeah, I still have it.
Play it.
I'm loading it right now.
Evan sends me a prayer that is so good. And then the first thing I text back to him, I was like, dude, you're so good at this.
Okay. Yeah, Mark prayer. 8 months ago.
8 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Play it.
What we're gonna? You're so good at it. And then what?
So you're so good at this,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, you should be a Christian. You're so good at this prayer
Okay.
thing, and you're just like, at the time, what I didn't realize is you were just giving me what I needed.
Yeah.
You were just mirroring me. So you were swearing. You weren't swearing.
Yeah.
You were speaking at Lily's thing.
Right.
You weren't necessarily praying for you in your heart. You were giving me exactly what I needed.
Well, it was in
and
my
at
heart,
the
but I
time
was
that
you.
felt a little inauthentic, but now I've come to realize it's exactly what I needed.
It's 100% authentic. I am you.
Yeah, play this.
Yeah.
Play this.
Dear Lord, this is Evan. I'm sitting here with my friend Mark, and we need your guidance. We need your infinite wisdom, and we hope you hear our prayer. Mark wants to do amazing things. Mark knows that he can build an amazing business that not just has an impact on his life, but also the people around him, so he can serve more and create more good for the world. He's ready to take a bigger step. He's ready to take a bigger leap. He's ready to do the things that are necessary to get him to where he needs to be so he can serve others better. He has a lot of doubts. He has some fears, some insecurities, and we need your guidance to help us through those and figure out what our next step is. We are doing this prayer today, Lord, not seeking reassurance, because he knows that he is great and can do amazing things through all the lessons that you've taught him in the past, through all the previous experiences that he's had. He knows he's capable of doing amazing things. And we thank you for all the past reassurance that you have given him. Today we're looking for some guidance. We're looking to your infinite wisdom to try to figure out what the next step should be for him, what his immediate action should be to get over the doubt that he's facing, to build the business that he needs to build, to create the life that he should be living for himself, for his family, for his church, for his community, for the world. We seek your guidance today, Lord, for that next step that he should be taking. Please, in your infinite wisdom, give it to Mark. I'm going to hang up now to allow you to be with Mark and connect. Thank you so much, Lord. Amen.
Amen. I love that part. I'm going to hang up now. That's the greatest thing
That
ever.
was one take, and I'm not Christian.
So good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
But it wasn't me, right? I mean, that was Mark. That's it.
I'm all like hot now. And you know what I was thinking about the other day? Because I went back through our podcast. So our podcast comes out in audio on Apple and Google and Stitcher and all of those, and SoundCloud and all those things.
Okay.
And so I take care of the audio stuff. It comes out on YouTube from your team. So I always go back and try to look for new comments. And then just in case there's new listeners or whatnot. So I was going back through our topics. And we're on season 2, episode 5 or something.
Nice.
But
I like that we did season 2. Mark didn't want to do season 2.
I didn't
Very
want to do
excited
season
we did
2.
season 2.
So anyway, we're on season 2. And I was like, I should spend more time going back and re-listening to the conversations that we've had.
Okay.
Not only because they're a snapshot in time, I'm worried that over the last 8 or 9 months, I've had growth and I've made changes and I've learned lessons, and I'm worried I'm going to forget what those lessons are and slip back.
Okay.
And this was so listening to the podcasts back, listening to this prayer back again. I remembered the prayer, but I've only listened to it maybe 4 or 5 times since then.
Okay.
And so putting myself back in the situation where I was, deciding who do I hire and who do I fire and how do I structure the company and what do I do and can I do it, deciding that, if I want to be a writer and I want to be a speaker and I want to be on social media, am I capable, and all those things, which is what that prayer was about.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to forget the importance of that and remind myself of the journey that I'm on.
Okay.
When I was at Tony Robbins, I felt super foolish the second time we went back that I forgot as much as I had.
Okay.
So I remembered the processes, and I remembered the activities, and I remembered that the reason why I wanted to get healthy leaving there, and I wanted to change my schedule, but somewhere around April or May, I started getting depressed again, and and it was all because of the energy. I forgot how important changing your state was. I forgot how important the energy was. I forgot those lessons that I learned the first time that helped me for 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
And then I forgot them, and then I started sliding back into Mark Hates His Life episodes and all those other things.
Okay.
So, anyway, it's just good for me. I know you hate looking backwards. It's good for me to listen back to that prayer. I think it would be really good for me to listen back through the podcast episodes.
I don't hate looking backwards. I hate looking backwards through
sentimental eyes.
Not even sentimental. I like sentimental. Like this is why did I keep it? It's sentimental, right? Like I'm proud of it. This is great. I have lots of stuff. Have I saved a single Phanta Media PDF deck? And no, this is the only thing that I saved. This might be the only Mark Drager thing that I've saved in my...
Good news, Evan. We only have a 48 slide deck to work through.
Right? So I just don't like looking back in how you even just now described it. I'm ashamed.
You don't like looking back in how I described it?
Yeah. How you just described it in your story.
Okay.
I'm ashamed or embarrassed on how much I forgot.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't look back with that.
It's the embarrassment of like, I knew this and I forgot it, and I wasn't even smart enough or good enough to catch that I forgot it, and that's what's embarrassing.
I get it. I just don't like to think that way. I don't think that way.
Like I was listening to, this is something I haven't talked about. I was listening to a podcast this morning about scams, like scam artists who call up old people and say, hey, you've won $4 million. You need to give me $1,000 for the insurance to blah, blah, blah. And then they pull them into the scam. And they were talking about, with the FBI and other stuff, about the fact that in most cases, in most crimes, you have a body, you have a crime, but you don't have the bad guy. In fraud, they know who the bad guys are. They don't have victims. Okay. They can't find the victims because the victims will not come forward.
Okay.
Because they feel too stupid. They feel too foolish.
Okay.
And so without those victims, you can't actually charge someone.
Right.
So in November, I talked to you about this, but I haven't talked really publicly about it. In November, I was scammed. Right. I was scammed out of $1,000. I was driving home. There was this dude at the side of the road who ran out of gas. He said he needed help. So I said, okay, I'll help him. And so I went and I filled up his tank for him. And then he said, oh, I'm traveling and I've lost my passport and I need to do this stuff and all of this stuff. And I just need some cash to put this deal together. He said he was an entrepreneur. I was like, okay, I want to help entrepreneurs out. And so for me, it was like not wanting, I didn't really want to help him, but I didn't want to be seen as not helping him. Like that made me uncomfortable, and he was really, really pushy. And, you know, I'm a Christian, so I want to be able to help people. And he's an entrepreneur, so I want to be able to help people. And so he gave me all of this, like, jewelry or whatever. He gave me the stuff and said, here, we'll exchange it back in 2 days. Anyway, so I lost $1,000 cash. My wife was mad at me. My team thought I was an idiot. But I haven't really talked about it because more than anything, I'm a smart person. And so I felt really stupid. So I called the cops. So I went to the cops. I filed a police report. And even the officers were like, what? You did what? Why did you do that? That's weird. Most people wouldn't help someone out. Are you sure you did? Anyway. So they found the people. It was part of a ring. They found the people. They're pressing charges. People are going to jail. All this stuff.
I didn't know the follow-up to that.
Yeah. But it's literally like 6 months later, we see it in the local newspaper. Like, hey, there's this scam happening. And people in Oshawa have been stupid enough to fall for it. Like, yeah, that's me. I'm the stupid person who fell for it and went to the police and all of that stuff. I don't talk about it too much because it's embarrassing, that's right? Ridiculous. Now it's the best $1,000 I ever spent. Now it's the best $1,000 I ever spent because of the lessons I've learned from it. Me realizing that I did so many things because I was worried about offending some stranger. I was worried about offending this stranger. And telling them no.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, no, screw you. I'm not going to give you this $1,000 or whatever.
Screw you.
But
just say no with kindness. But
that's the embarrassment. That's the embarrassment when I'm at Tony Robbins and I go like, I'm a smart guy. How could I have forgotten this? I'm a smart person. How could I have fallen for this scam?
No.
I'm a smart person. How come I say one thing, but then I do another thing? That's the little embarrassment or shame.
So 2 things. The first is, as you're telling that story, the thing that's coming to my mind as you're telling your wife and you're telling your team and you're embarrassed and like giving you a hard time or making fun of you, the thing that comes through my mind is just, well, what did you think was going to happen? Like,
I knew it was a risk, so I actually took the money out of a separate account from my family account, because I went, this is money I may never get back.
yeah, I would.
What did you think was going to happen? So you knew it was a scam? Like,
No,
of course
no,
you're
no,
going to
no,
get
no,
scammed.
no.
Oh.
Like, I think they should support you more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I think they should not make fun of you. I think they should support you in you trying to do this thing that Mark is trying to help somebody out, and sometimes you get screwed over when you try to help somebody out. You know, like
My wife never made fun of me. My wife was upset.
or whatever, or upset.
She was like, you did what?
and this is me.
What do you mean this is you?
This is me. Like I'm doing my best.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like this is what I do, and next time I'm not going to lose $1,000, but this is who I am. Right? Like the acceptance for this is like what a great thing you did. Even if it had such, negative consequences, but listen, you coming forward then saved how many people from now getting scammed because there's no victims. Even if that's the 6 month later story that comes out of it. But you tried to do a good deed to help somebody else and you got screwed over. Like, support me. I'm not going to make the same mistake again, right? But,
sure.
But I think that was the only thing going through my head that whole time. Like, I will do things all the time to help entrepreneurs. Like, this guy's bothering me that he's not doing the thing he needs to do, right? And I might stay up late tonight, like
till
messaging
3
him.
a.m.
Yeah.
Upset.
Yeah, and it means I'm not going to sleep and I'm not going to whatever. And that's what I do. And I'm proud of it. Like, you should be proud that you gave the guy $1,000 and you learned your lesson, but not be embarrassed by it and then the people around you, are upset or angry or making fun of you.
Well, the reason why I really am glad that this happened now is because the little bit of judgment from, my team or the victim shame or whatever, the shame of being like stupid enough to fall for this. First of all, it seemed too crazy for me not to be real.
Whatever. What did you do today to help somebody?
No,
seriously.
But here's the thing. I'm going to face, especially as if more people are introduced to me, social media grows, I'm going to face more criticism and more judgment than this.
But this is the process of owning it. Mm-hmm. To not just say, oh, here's this thing, and then...
You told me to record video. I recorded video of me in my truck before going in to file the police report and afterwards and all of this stuff.
Okay,
so I have video of it. I've just never released it because I haven't talked about it.
Fine. But in talking to your team and face this, there's a difference between facing the judgment, but you still feeling embarrassed and getting it off your chest versus owning that you're a rock star. What do you? I crushed that. I gave $1,000. I was trying to help another human being out.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was the right thing to do. And I lost.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of myself. There's a difference between just sharing it
I know.
and feeling judgment, but then still feeling stupid.
It's because you're proud. You're proud of the effort.
Yes.
And I am still a little too outcome focused.
But that's the teachable moment.
Yes.
Anybody's making fun of you.
Yes.
What you're making fun of me, you suck. What are you doing to help somebody?
Right.
This is what you just come in and make fun of other people who are helping people?
Yeah.
Let's go. You're better than this.
Yeah. It is easy to criticize and stand on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, there's been some distance between it, but I learned a lot about myself through it. So
I had to go through this with Nina, with helping entrepreneurs and getting lost in helping somebody. Mm-hmm. There is a point where it becomes,
unhealthy
and dangerous, and just for my health, and that I've hit twice.
Where you're not sleeping properly.
Yeah, and it causes
right, and you can't give Nina or others what they really deserve because you're too busy pouring it into that one person
or a group of people, right?
I'm worried about you for the next Thought Leadership Academy. So in September.
Okay,
right?
well, let me finish this because
But this is in the same vein.
I know, and it's all in the same. This whole thing's in the same vein.
Nice hat, by the way.
So it's great. It's Phanta Media. So I had to go through this with Nina, where I this is what I love to do. This is what I'm best at. I need to do this, and so now it's she sees me locked in on this of helping somebody. It's okay, Evan's got to go do his thing, even at the last workshop, there was a family that came up from Kentucky who was a pastor and his wife and their kids came for the trip, and we found out that the son was obsessed with Lamborghinis. I knew a guy who had a couple Lamborghinis in his collection, and said, "This kid has to go to this workshop."
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
You've told the story on the podcast.
With Nina and everything?
Yeah.
I told Nina that.
You've told the story on the podcast.
Oh, did I? That's too bad. It fits perfectly. All right.
We can always do what we call a callback in the industry.
Callback. All right, here we go.
And you can just give the highlights.
So super highlights. So I said, Nina, we need to take this guy, this kid.
And she said no.
And she said no because she didn't want to do it. It's like, okay.
Well, not necessarily she didn't want to. Maybe she was uncomfortable. They weren't her kids. She didn't know. She was busy. She was stressed.
Yeah,
she was worried.
Listen, it's not like
it wasn't she was just like, no.
Person. No, it's pretty much, no, I don't want to do it. Of course, out of insecure, out of like, I don't know who this person is. Yes, of course. Nina's an awesome person. But no, like, okay, great. But I'm like, this is happening. This is happening. So I wrote to my guy. He wasn't available until Monday to do it. They weren't going to stick around until that long. And the husband had to get back home to the church on Sunday. Had to go, and he was a pastor. And so I said, okay, well, what if I'm working my face off to get, I'm already working like all day long at this workshop, behind on everything in my business for multiple days. And now this becomes my priority of like, I need to make sure that this kid goes to the Lamborghini collection. So I pay for their hotel for the next whatever days. I pay for
their
flights home because they drove from Kentucky. It's like, okay, if I bought you 2 plane tickets and I paid for the hotel,
will you stay 2 extra days just so the kid can go see a Lamborghini?
Yeah, like, yes. And then Nina after said, wow, that's a lot that you did for him. Like, if you told me you were going to go this far, I would have just taken him on Friday. Like, what do you think was going to happen? Like, you know me. When it's in my head, this has to happen. This has to happen. And so in the early days, Nina didn't understand it because she's still getting to know me and, you know, how crazy I am.
But you weren't like this before. You picked this up somewhere. You were not like this before.
Yeah,
you weren't.
I've evolved.
I mean, listen, I can go back to 8 or 10 years when you did your entrepreneur business card, your trading cards.
Yeah.
And you spent 3 months focusing on developing these cards, and I thought it was the dumbest thing that you can do. I was just like, why are you spending all your time and effort on this thing? And you're like, no, it's an experiment. I want to do it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you were not this micro focused on experiences or gifts or moments, transformative moments, pushing. Like you weren't like this before. You weren't. You were quiet and you were passive and you held back and you.
Yeah.
You know, at some point in our mastermind group, like what I called, you know, Jerk Evan came out because I didn't realize it was like maybe you actually hadn't like developed the like I'm doing this out of love thing yet, but yeah.
Yeah, so
when did this become a thing?
Oh, I don't know. But I don't look backward, Mark. I don't know. Who cares?
But it's interesting. It's curious. It's like I like knowing the things that led to the things.
So I think when you make a mistake like that, out of an act of kindness, it's not like you went in and you were desperate for money and you like robbed somebody or something. Like, what are you embarrassed by? You were trying to help somebody out and you got scammed, but it's out of the intent was awesome, and so you own that. Instead of just facing judgment and criticism, it's like, okay, I suck, I'm stupid.
Yeah, but it was also
no, like, I'm a
but it was also
star.
Why did I do it? Right, I did it because I wanted to be the type of person who helped people, and then I continued even though I was unsure and felt uncomfortable with it because this stranger in front of me, I didn't want to say no to them and I feared their judgment.
But did you share that with the team?
Probably not. No.
That's then what? Like, man, Mark is speaking some truth.
Yeah.
I was okay with filling up the gas tank. I didn't want to give him money after that.
Yeah.
But I was
my
worried.
comfort level. My comfort level was I'll give you $60 to fill up your tank.
Yeah, great.
But after that,
I'm worried that I was going to look bad in his eyes, and I want to be seen to a complete stranger that I help people, and I got scammed, and I wasn't actually proud of that. Own that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Own your stuff, man.
So here's what I'm worried about in September. So you're doing Thought Leadership Academy, right? You have the chance to come out for 3 days with Evan. I'm going to be there as well. It's, what is it, 23rd, 24th, 25th or something?
I don't know.
Anyway, anytime that you do a 2 or 3 day commitment, whether this is going to LA and speaking,
it's brutal.
Whether it's doing Thought Leadership Academy, even Tony Robbins and stuff, you were running a fever. You fall into the trap of over-indexing, not sleeping enough, being emotionally committed, really going in depth with people, and then you get sick.
Yeah. Did I get sick of Tony Robbins? This last one?
Yeah, you had a fever. Yeah, because the first day, you didn't sleep before the day flying in. You're sleeping on the floor of our hotel room, and then I wake up at 3 a.m, and you're still awake, and we were getting up at 6:30, and I was like, and then the next day,
I remember that now. And I meditated through it. I actually saved my fever through meditation, which I'm proud of because I don't meditate, and I've never got a tangible result from meditation. And so Alex showed up.
Don't tell Michael that.
Super late.
Our meditation friend.
I've told Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with it. I'll share it, dude. It's okay.
So here's where I'm going with this, though. In the next Thought Leadership Academy, where everyone has the chance to be able to join us if you want to, there's a few spots left. You are immediately flying out to a Brendan Bouchard conference.
Right.
So how are you going to prepare for this next 3-day event in September so you don't get sick? Because you can't afford to fly out to this big event and speak in front of thousands of people and be sick.
Yeah. I mean, even if I
the last time we got hot pot the next day, and you're sitting like with like a hoodie on in the corner, and you're just go
home.
I'm sick.
On the last one,
you were sleeping on the floor.
I passed out.
You slept on the floor
of Toronto Dance Salsa. For whatever reason, I had an hour break on the last day.
Yeah, and you were sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, and like Nina, and then I fell asleep on of a like hardwood floor.
So what are you going to do? What are you going to do for this upcoming event?
It's something I need to get better at.
Yeah. When we talk about committing yourself and how you dig really in and it's unhealthy and Nina's just grown used to it and say, okay, Evan's off doing his thing. This is the next challenge you have. This is the next physical thing you have in front of you.
I don't know if that's the next.
5 weeks away. It's 5 weeks away.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I don't know.
I was thinking about the other day. It's 5 weeks away. I feel like I got to prepare for it now.
Yeah,
because you want me to take over for what Alex did.
Yeah.
And you want Alex to take over for what Lily did.
Yep. He's stepping up.
So I got to bring it now.
Yeah, you do.
I'm getting nervous.
You should.
I should be nervous?
Yeah, Alex crushed his role. He's done it 3 times and he's gotten better each time.
Great. I need to be better than Alex's 3rd time on my first time out.
Exactly, of course.
Yeah.
Right? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What's the benchmark?
It's not a benchmark, it's an embarrassment.
I was really proud of that line.
We're going to make t-shirts that say that. I think that's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It's not a benchmark, it's an embarrassment.
Yeah. What you set your benchmarks against in life determine where you go.
I love it.
Yeah. I think you need to own that you're awesome and that you don't tolerate the what are you making fun of me for? You're making fun of me for this? What are you doing? Let's talk about your life and then help them.
Yeah, I see all these lessons that I'm learning all wrapped in together. We talked about this a few weeks ago, maybe last week, the idea of being selfish to be selfless or be selfish to give more. Having the judgment be like, what are you talking about? Like owning that judge. Like I'm getting to the place where I eat the judgment, because when people do judge me, I'm just like, I'm going to eat that and I'm going to use that to fire up. But then the next step is to say like, to help them hit a place where they realize what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and then challenge them to do the same thing.
And then circling back on looking backwards, you're embarrassed that you didn't learn more or remember more from the Tony Robbins and all that stuff.
That's just the thing where it's like I know that I'm living in a really powerful moment.
When you're at Tony or right now?
No, right. The last year.
Great.
Is a defining moment in my life.
Awesome.
And I don't want to forget the lessons that I'm learning, which is just all the reason to record more of it and to document more of it and to share more of it. But
you will and you won't. Right? Like, you're going to forget lots of stuff.
I don't want to.
But you will.
But I don't want to.
But you're not going to... If you spend all your time remembering everything that's just happened and you don't learn anything new, you spend your whole time... You can watch... As we fill up our episodes of our podcast, you can make sure now you remembered everything, but you spend your whole day just watching episodes of the podcast. You know, like, what are you doing? You've stopped learning new stuff.
Okay. I
So
don't think it's going to happen, but because
I'm
I'm addicted to progress.
But then that creates, that's the complication. If you're so worried about forgetting what you've already learned, then there's no new progress. So you
Yeah,
be gentle
I
on
don't think it'll
yourself.
be that absolute, but
You're gonna forget stuff, Mark. It's awesome. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's like listen, life or Evan will remind you of it again and again until you get the lesson.
yeah.
Right? Like whatever you screwed up on that you want to wish you remembered, it's gonna keep coming back in different ways, and it'll force its agenda on you. It's like you got to deal with this. So be gentle on yourself. Sometimes you need to be more gentle on yourself.
I was talking to Steve about this Wednesday when we were having our editorial meeting about next week's content. I actually think that we spend too much time being too gentle on ourselves. I think we're just, or maybe it's my type of thinking, my type of person, but I also see this in others. You know, this dude who does this stuff and it's weak sauce, and it's because he is being too gentle on himself.
Right, you just got to flip it. You got to flip what you're being gentle on. He should not be gentle on himself for this.
Right.
He should release the thing that he's afraid to say.
Yes.
But then be gentle on himself for how it's executed.
Sure.
Like he should go and post it because he is living in the slow lane, and he hates himself for it, and he's getting some positive feedback from his fans for doing it, and he feels inside brutal. Because he knows he's super did the weak sauce
It's just
move.
not good enough.
Yeah, and so you should be hard on yourself for that because you didn't put in the best effort. You know you were capable of doing more. You know you wanted to take this step, but you were just afraid. No, you're not gentle on yourself for that. You should release it, expect the whole thing to suck, and then be gentle for how you executed it. I agree that you might be too gentle on yourself, but in the things that don't matter. Most people focus on the wrong things.
Okay, I got to think on that. I think we are all too gentle on ourselves. I think we push.
Yes.
We push. What's that quote that you said Goggins said? We give up after 30. Most people give up at 30%.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was 40, but yes.
Most people give up at 40%.
Yeah.
But
it's still effort. It's still effort. It's all effort. You're rewarding the wrong things.
I know, but we give ourselves breaks. We go like, oh, I pushed
it.
for 4 hours. Okay, great. And
Are
it's
you
just like,
proud of your effort? Are
I
you
am
proud of yourself for your effort?
very
Very rarely.
Very rarely.
So that's what you need to fix.
Because my name is Mark Disappointed Drager. I live in the land of being disappointed.
No, you're capable of more. He
I know.
is not
No.
proud of his effort.
I know I'm capable of more.
So go for it. Do it. Be proud of your effort. And then be gentle on yourself for how it turns out. Or for that you forgot something from 3 years ago. Who cares? Let's go. I'm building some amazing thing right now.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Everybody needs to be hard on themselves and more gentle on themselves. They've just flipped what they tied their self-worth to. So yesterday, I don't know, I'm thinking of the story. Last night, I'm meeting with Danny and Katie trying to figure out stuff. And Katie followed me around for a day.
I love how lost you are with this right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love how lost you are with
I'm lost with everything, guys. I'm lost with everything.
You don't share it. You don't project it. You are the number one in your business, and you have tons and tons and tons and tons of doers, and they all turn to you, and you think through, and you say, this is what we're going to do. But I love the fact that you're struggling to figure this out.
I'm struggling to figure everything out always.
No.
Yeah?
No, that's not true.
What do you mean?
That's your persona. That's not true. There are so many things that you just go, once I spot it, I do it. Build out the system. I'm going to test it and do it myself, and I'm going to hire someone up to do it for me. And
once I spot it, I do it. And until I spot it, I'm lost.
I just love how completely lost you are with this Danny Katie videography thing.
But this is maybe why I need somebody on me. I'm lost all day long. And then I find something, and then I destroy the thing.
But, okay, so the gap between lost and destroyed maybe in the other things you're doing is a much tighter gap. This is like, for 2 weeks you've been thinking about this.
No, this is 2 weeks is short. How long have we been thinking about advertising? I've been lost for a year.
Christmas we talked about.
Yeah, man, I've been lost for a year.
I got Evan to actually call me on a telephone right before New Year's. You used Nina's cell phone to call me.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I don't know, whatever, Instagram, Facebook Live was glitching out or something. Anyway, so we spoke. I don't know, you're not going to remember this. Anyway, right before New Year's, you called me on the telephone. We spoke for like an hour and a half about advertising for you and SEM for me and things like that.
So I'm still lost. I don't know what I'm doing. Barely. Mark sends me this thing last night. Hey, I like this Instagram ad. How's it performing? I don't know, Mark. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm throwing stuff against the wall. I feel like that's exactly what I said. I'm throwing it against the wall. I have no idea how things are going. I'm lost, totally lost. I'm mostly lost. And then when I find the thing, I destroy it. I attack it. Right? That's the you can want more out of life. You can want to live more XYZ, but then what are you doing? What's the next step? It's that specific thing that you need to find, that then when you find it, you can own it.
So that statement you just made was actually the thing that I wanted to talk to you about today.
Oh, okay.
And we may have to talk about in the future. It's the I know that I should do it, but I don't. It's the anyway, go on with your story.
You know, you should do what?
Well, like there's this verse there's this verse in the Bible that Paul says all of the things that I know I should do, I find myself not doing, and all the things that I shouldn't be doing, I find myself doing. And he talks about it from an action point of view, or sin point of view, or a thinking, or greed, or whatever it is. But in business, we're the same way, right? Like how do you grow sales? You know how to grow sales, right? How do you get better at advertising? You know what you have to do to get better at advertising. But there are a lot of things that we know we should do that we just don't focus on or don't do, or it seems too hard, or we don't want to, or we don't like, or whatever it is.
It's moving from the generality of feeling like you're not enough or you want more to a specific step. What's the thing?
The specific step.
Get specific.
Yes.
I'm on this 18-day no elevator challenge.
Mm-hmm. How do you like this shirt, by the way? Is it too tight?
I don't care.
Okay. It's my first day of dropping from a large to a medium.
Oh, that's nice, dude. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Feels tight, but my wife said
fine.
it looks good.
I'm on an 18-day no elevator challenge. I live on the 13th floor of my condo, so it's a 14-flight from my car up to the condo.
And they're tall flights too. You may not realize, but they're not. You have taller ceilings than average things, so they're actually longer flights.
My calves are burning like crazy right now because all I've been doing is up and down the stairs. I'm not used to it, and no elevator challenge. So when I'm taking the dogs out in the morning, I got to then carry 2 dogs up 14 flights of stairs, 13 flights because they're on the ground floor. 13 flights of stairs.
It's so weird that your rule in your condos you have to carry your dogs, because I wanted to bring my Rottweiler over to hang out with you guys and meet your dogs, and Nina just goes, as long as you can carry her. And I was like, no,
well,
it's not going to happen.
In the
100
stairwell,
pounds? No.
It would be fine. It's just, it's not good for the dogs to go up and down, especially up that much.
Yeah.
Especially to stand and have the hot dog, and it's not good for
Yeah.
their back. So, and whatever. It's the best. Like, I look at that. I'm not going to go because I have the dog. Screw that. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
This is how the whole thing started, because I was in the parking lot, and for whatever reason, this idea triggers. I should take the stairs today instead of the elevator. An idea to action, right? Like, I'm going to do it. And then I don't know. I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to take the elevator. Like, what? Like, it's catching it. That's the reason? Screw that. Let's go. And just start walking up the stairs. Like, that's it. 18-day challenge. No elevator. Flexi X. Let's go. Groceries, dogs, kids, whatever. We're taking the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does Hayden go and run take the elevator, or you're literally making everybody else stare with you?
People do what they want.
Okay.
But Hayden's not allowed to go by himself. So if it's only me, he's taking the stairs.
He's not allowed to go by himself?
Not yet. We don't take him by himself.
What does that mean? He's not allowed to walk. So if you're in the parking lot, you can't go up the stairs, and he can't walk to the lobby and go up the elevator by himself?
No.
Because of condo rules or your rules?
No, just whatever. My rules.
He's 10 or 11, isn't he?
He's 10. Yeah.
What?
Oh.
That seems crazy to me. When you were 10 years old, you were on your bike blocks away from your house probably. And you won't let your kid take the elevator alone?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm overprotective.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You are.
So whether it's Hayden...
I want to dig into this.
Oh,
that's crazy to me.
But no, it's just fear, I guess.
Fear of what?
I don't know.
Would you, if he were still living with you, would you let him walk to school alone?
I don't know.
Does he walk to school alone in BC?
I don't know.
Okay. There's something. New Flexi X.
I don't feel like I need to crush that one. I mean, it's maybe just lack of having it on my radar. It's like, this is just what we've done, and great. You could change the habit. It's not for a philosophical reason, like not until he's 22
I know.
can he take the elevator by himself.
No, I know. Huh.
But like when we went on a cruise ship, as long as he's on the boat, wherever you are, great.
But you don't feel like your condo property has the same freedom or security to explore and
like,
walk around?
Thinking it through,
Yeah.
sure, go,
Okay.
do it. But it's the habit.
Okay.
So it bothered me that was the reason why I wasn't going to take the stairs. And so now I have to take the stairs. I got to make the next challenge. And now the more difficult it is, the better. The fact that I have to do it with 2 dogs, now I have to do it. Like, I like those. I think that's how you build self-confidence, self-esteem.
You know what we should do?
Difficult thing.
Remind me to start shipping him bags of potatoes to his lobby as a gift.
It's amazing.
I'm going to send you 10 bags of 10-pound potatoes to your lobby as a gift.
So I'm meeting Danny and Katie last night, and Katie did a walk around with us for one day, followed me and Nina Hayden around for a day, and you're still getting comfort zone and whatever. And I said the most important thing is when you have a question, ask the question. Whatever's in your head, ask it, and then I'll respond to it. That's how I work. I work off of the back and forth. I got nothing to say. I got no like agenda coming in. I want to bounce, right? I got to bounce with people. And I said, even looking back on the most recent episode, so she filmed one episode with us. She was asking me about Hayden and a couple things, and I don't like my answer. Like it was super surface. It was just an okay, and so you can call me on that. Say, hey, that wasn't a fantastic answer. Like, and maybe there's a conversation there of, hey, I'm this great communicator on this, but here I can't express myself very well, or maybe just having an off day or whatever. It's like, oh, I wouldn't want to offend you, or like, I think I would never. That's the question you need to ask. That's the only question I want to hear. You're not going to offend me. And then we're sitting there with Danny, and we're trying to, because Danny now we spent 90 days every day together pretty much. And I said, Danny, what question would you think I would get offended by? And he couldn't come up with one. We could ask Mark. Like, for me to be actually offended, it would have to be bad intent. Like, it would have to be, you're trying to screw me over. And even if you were, I'd still probably give you a pass, because like if Mark came off and did something, I would just...
No, it would have to be intentionally rude. You are willing to put yourself out there.
Right.
But your parents are private.
Right.
So you don't release too much stuff, because that would be putting them in a bad situation.
Right.
Or
Something
you respect Sharon, or you respect Hayden, or you respect people.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to offend you,
Yeah.
I would purposefully
Yeah.
say something very rude that would force you to do something that is outside the rules that we have set. And I would do it on purpose.
But like what?
I'm not going to play this game.
No, but like I'm trying to find out,
game.
like go to my parents' house and film them and release it on YouTube or something.
But you're saying it's a question, so it would have to be the type of question that...
Well, that was because I want her to ask me questions, but it could be anything. Like, what would you have to do where I would actually be offended by it? I think the only answer would be bad intent, and even then, I would probably give you a pass the first time. Like, Mark's just having a really rough day or something. Like, I don't know what's going on with Mark right now, but this is not who he is. I think the only thing that would throw me off is if you were to involve, like, Nina or my parents or my son, or... Because you did something against me.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't imagine what it would be.
I'm saying if I purposefully did something outside the rules of
So I use that as a case study or just example for Katie. Is like, just like, you're not going to offend me. Just ask whatever's on your mind. You want to talk about, you disagree with my parenting style? You think I'm balding? You think like, well, I don't know, like what's going through your head? And like, let's talk about it.
Sure.
Because you're trying to get a story out, or worse, is a conversation.
Okay, so what happened with this conversation? What was the outcome?
To be more bold in the question.
So you guys going to do another day with her?
We could talk about that offline, but I'm on the fence of
because you don't know what to do.
Well, I'm looking at the 24-hour, not 24 hours, the live stream.
The backpack live streaming.
The backpack live streaming. I think that is scary. So it makes me want to do it. Because you're live streaming all day long. There's no edits, right? If I pick my nose or I fart or like I do something that people see that is like I'm pretty comfortable, but then like it's on.
Whatever. Tony Robbins, right? You're doing your exercise. You're shoving your finger up your nose in front of people.
That's fine though, but like something that I might care about, or I don't know. It's all. Imagine if your whole day was being filmed.
No, you're not going to care. You're not going to care.
I'm mostly not going to care.
You're not going to care, dude. Dude, when we did the for the tour, your Facebook advertising, and I had you record 23 different promos for all of the regions and cities.
Okay.
I didn't realize until everything was recorded and up. You recorded after lunch, and you had red pepper in your teeth.
Oh, yeah.
You had a big piece of red pepper in your teeth. So you record all of these things, and then Christina edits all of them and tells you, redo them, you have red pepper, and you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And so we release all of these ads where the whole time you're like, hey, what's up, Albuquerque? It's Evan Carmichael, and I am coming to, and you have like a big piece of something in your teeth. You don't care. You really don't. Like, you say you're scared of live streaming. You are not scared. That's fake. That's fake.
I'm not super scared. It's.
You're not.
No, there's a piece like I don't know. It's up.
So what? You're like,
know.
oh, my stomach's killing me. I got to go spend 20 minutes in the bathroom. Like, okay, so what?
Yeah, maybe.
What? So what? You go spend 20 minutes in the bathroom? It's not like you're going to have your microphone on and you're going to be live streaming from there.
No, I mean, yeah, of course, sure. You're not going to watch me take a dump. It's going to be, but what do we do? It'll be like, sure. There's higher stakes than if it's just, you can edit out anything. I love live. I prefer live. I get pissed when we miss something or...
Yeah.
But the whole day live every day...
I think you should record the whole day live every day. I'm not sure if you should do just a live stream continuous because there's an abundance of stuff and you never know like where the gold is. But that's packaging and editorial and distribution. We can talk about that offline. But I think you should have. I think Steve should have a microphone on and he should spend all day every day recording me, even if literally I'm spending 2.5 hours writing a document, because. Inevitably, this happened with Jason. Amina would come into my office. They can ask you a question, and it would be a 3-minute conversation where I would drop so much knowledge, and I'd turn to Jason, and I'd be like, "Were you recording?" And he's like,
"No."
"Oh, should I have recorded that?"
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
That's the idea.
And data is cheap. Just because you're going through a bunch of cards, data is cheap, right?
Live stream it to YouTube, then you got no issues.
Yeah. This is a good episode, man.
All right.
I like this test.
Cool.
So the reason why you're here in my office, though, was because last week we talked about Kanye having a picture of himself up in his house, right? Mm-hmm. Where he said, "No, you have to be your number one biggest fan." You tell me. Mm-hmm. That's what you told me. Mm-hmm. So you challenged me to go get a picture of myself.
Right. So
you came in Friday. Right. I don't usually come into the office Fridays. We are here today, Friday.
Right.
Simply because
he did it.
This week I blew up a big picture of myself and put it up on the wall.
Big-ish.
So we need to go and look at it right now.
Oh, okay. It's brutal.
Let's go.
Hey, guys.
Good morning, everyone. Okay. So... I still think this is ridiculous. So this is where I spend my time, right? The reason why... What are you doing? A live stream?
This is Instagram.
Mark
has a giant... Well, that's not giant. Mark has a picture of him. It is actually a little bigger than it shows in camera.
It's
your face
bigger.
Against it.
It's bigger than my head.
See, there you go. Okay.
It's actually bigger than my head.
Because he wants to be his biggest fan like Kanye is.
I have to be my number one biggest fan. Evan told me.
I just don't like how like there's other stuff.
Oh, I love this poster.
Like some crazy Ben Folds 5, some milk, something like.
No, okay, so
some ghetto setup for his. It says customer there. It's like this is Mark Drager, ladies and gentlemen, his biggest fan. You gotta own that. Nobody shares a wall with Mark Drager. I want it to be this whole thing. This entire thing should be Mark Drager.
Can I walk?
No, pause. Yes.
This is a 2 foot by 3 foot picture of myself, zoomed in and blown up.
No. The frame is 2 by 3. The picture is smaller, for sure. And then the picture itself has this border on it. It is bigger than his head.
It's a mat. It's bigger than my head.
It's bigger than life-size face.
And so this is the reason I've chosen this photo.
Yeah.
This is me on a plane in first class or business class for the first time in my life.
Business class.
Because Evan flew me down to Tony Robbins in November, and on the plane you said post something to Instagram. And you said, post a selfie. I said, I don't like posting selfies. I don't like posting selfies. I think they make me look self-centered. I think I don't like them. I don't like them at all. You said do it right now.
Right.
So I took this picture of myself on the plane.
It's a brutal picture. Eh?
It's look. I'm heavy.
Yeah.
I'm heavy.
The smile.
Like,
Such a fake smile.
I have a pirate eye going on. Anyway, so I post this photo.
I love this so much.
I post this photo, and then that was what kicked off this new social media version of Mark Drager and everything else.
Look at you now.
Look at me now. And so that is the picture I picked. I could have picked a better picture.
You know what you need to do? Here's what you need to do.
Yes.
You need to get rid of this milk thing.
Okay, so this quote
care.
I love, but this is my favorite TV show.
Whatever, I don't care. That needs
Okay,
to go.
so what's the quote say?
I came here to drink milk and kick ass, and I just finished my milk.
Yes.
Awesome. Forget that.
And this is actually my most cherished poster.
Okay, that's
so
not
this
on
thing
this wall.
has to do with authenticity, and it has to do with
No. So here's what you got to do.
Okay.
You got to get rid of this. Put it somewhere else. Put it here. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
There.
Fine. I'll put it there.
This is what Mark used to be.
Okay.
Now,
and now I need like a rock star picture
now
of
we
me.
need to schedule.
Yes.
Mark Drager.
Yes.
This is the next challenge.
Okay.
Mark Drager with like a celebrity photographer.
Okay.
I use Matt Barnes, but you can somebody like a legit photographer.
Okay.
We're gonna go do a photo shoot.
Okay, you and I are.
No, forget me. This is about Mark Drager. A Mark Drager photo shoot
Okay.
in the new clothes.
Yeah.
Slim down.
Yeah.
And back to my high school weight.
You want it there.
Yeah.
You want it before and after.
Yeah, and it's
So
like that
I have
sequence.
the whole wall.
That's it, man. I almost want to put an arrow on there, but I think it's enough.
An arrow? I'm not doing that.
Yeah, like what you became, dude. Like that's the starting point.
Okay.
And look at what you became.
Okay, so I will move this
But
Ben
a
Folds
full-on,
5
like, I want you to-
poster here, and then I will do a before and after.
Great. I don't care. Move both of these things. But I need you to sketch like look at Kanye West photo shoots.
Okay.
And I want you to own it. Like professional. This is going to be the greatest photo of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's an investment in your mindset.
So you want people to come into my office, and the first thing that they see is a giant photo of me.
Yes.
And then another better photo of me.
Like no, but like this one, you got to think Kanye. I want you in like a fur coat.
Do you like a giant cat?
Yeah,
a cane?
yeah,
like a lion,
something like full out. Yeah,
like flames behind.
Yes, now we're talking. Yes, that's what I want with a badass mark, and I want you to own that, and that's the picture that goes there.
Oh man.
Yeah. Matt Barnes has some good stuff, but otherwise somebody else. A professional picture. Don't mail it in. Yeah, something Kanye West would do. Because I like this, but this is like...
Come on, it's big. You thought it wasn't big enough. It's big.
I would like to be bigger.
Sure.
I was thinking
you were thinking this whole wall.
Yeah.
This whole wall would be covered with a vinyl of me.
Yes, a vinyl. We talked about a vinyl.
I know we did. It's not happening.
That's what I said.
Because I couldn't get it done in 4 days, and this I very could. I already had the frame.
Great. So now you have...
This is a jumping off point.
You have 3 weeks to make this wall sing.
Okay.
So
can I hit my target weight before I do these photos?
How long is that going to be?
I'm 6 pounds away, so maybe a month and a half.
So now you schedule a photo shoot.
Beginning of October.
Okay.
That's 6 weeks away.
Schedule a photo shoot.
Yeah.
With
the intention of hitting
with
that weight.
With Matt Barnes or whoever.
Yeah.
Celebrity photographer.
Yeah.
And say, find some source pictures of like Kanye or whoever. Like, I want to do something like this on October 1st.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're going to get down to your weight. Okay. And that's going to be your gift to yourself.
Steve, what do you think of this?
It's interesting. You think it's
interesting, he says. He goes, it's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, podcast listeners.
Yeah.
And viewers, stay tuned.
I'll come back. October, whatever. We'll do...
first week in October.
Actually, no. That's your shoot.
Yeah.
We should... It'll be after.
Yeah.
You need to get the picture and everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's legendary, dude. That is legendary.
We're going to make it happen.
Yeah, good. I like it. Okay.
Awesome.
Get a real photographer. Not a legit photographer.
Yeah, I hear you.
Somebody
I hear you.
that
I hear you.
Worked with in the past.
I hear you.
Somebody you've never worked with
Steve,
before.
Not Jason.
Steve. Yeah, no, like
full on.
Somebody that Kanye would use.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
Yeah. And whether, I don't care, you're in a suit, you're wearing a cat, anything, whatever. You're dressed up as the Pope, whatever, man. Like I want to see some badassery.
Okay.
See like where Mark has transformed.
Okay.
The guy, the guy in this picture needs to be the guy that this guy imagines he can never be.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. It's happening.
That's good. I'm very excited.
If you want to see the last episode of my podcast with Mark, it's fire. The link is right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
On this episode,
I'm Mark.
you learn I can't hear Mark, that we don't read books, and Mark discovers that he's actually not a Tory learner.
Yay!